Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we are starting off our starter pack videos, which remember are 50% off on Humble Bundle right now. So if you want to pick any of them up, make sure to do so. There will be links in the pinned comment. One of the things to note is also, if you have Humble Choice on Humble Bundle, these packs are actually 60% off, and that's the ones we're going to be looking at since we do have Humble Choice. The USSR starter pack comes in with two pretty interesting vehicles. The first one being, of course, this one, which is the T126. This is the chunky version of the T50, and also has quite a lot of armor on it, and also a pretty funny gun. This one I've had a lot of fun with. The pack itself, by the way, in USD is $2.39 this one, and what you also get for that $2.39, which is such a low amount, you get 120,000 silver lions and also 7 days of premium account. So 7 days of premium account, which is 690 golden eagles usually, which, you know, is what, around about maybe $4. You could just pick up this pack and get 7 days of premium for $2. It's just kind of crazy when it comes to the vehicle itself. So, and when it comes to the pack. So you get two vehicles, 120,000 SL, and 7 days of premium. The T126 has this 55mm of armor plate, 82mm on the front of it, and also 74 on the lower thing. This is why a lot of people do actually bounce off this vehicle. The weak spot is actually the turret and not the upper glacis, where it only has 45mm of armor, or 49mm in these areas. On the side of it, it still is quite chunky, so if you're in like AAs and stuff, don't be fooled. You won't just be able to get through this. You will have to actually aim on it, and the back is still quite armored at 50mm and 30 on the side. So it is not a vehicle which is easy to pen for everything that's near it. It also has a very good forward gear. Its back gear isn't great, but what it does have is it has a really good traverse with these tracks, so you can get in and get out of places pretty easily. The gun, the 45mm, has access to some pretty good rounds. Mainly the one that I use is the BR240, but it also has APCR if you need that extra pen if you're coming up against heavier targets. It also has scouting, so you can kind of learn how the scouting mechanic works, which is quite good, and also artillery, since it is a light tank, so it has all of those nice little bells and whistles. The only issue with it right now is they upped its BR. This thing used to be 2.7, so it was the same as the T50. Now it's 3.0, and it doesn't really have a lineup to say. You know, you can run it with the ZIS-12 if you want, but you don't really want to up-tier the thing with stuff like T-34s, so you're going to have to run stuff lower. So the T-50 is ZIS-12, T126, which isn't terrible, but, you know, it's nowhere near as good as it used to be. Then you have quite a lot of air support, though, with the Yak-9, I-16, LA-5, the IL-2, whatever you really feel like you'll be able to annihilate stuff with, especially this IL-2 with this 23mm. So I think overall it's a really nice pickup, and it's literally $2.39. So this thing, if you take away the premium account, which, you know, already pays for itself, if you just look at this is like a $1 vehicle right now from Humble Bundle. So I think generally that's a pretty good deal. The other vehicle you get is Zhukovsky's I-153M62. Now this one's at rank 1, so it's not as good as the 126 at grinding, since this thing can grind 3, 2, and 1. This one can only efficiently grind rank 1 and 2. But overall, it's a pretty fun machine. I would say it's more arcade-centric in general, just because of its general flight and how it gains energy, but it's super fun in pretty much any role. You can bring it into ground forces. It does surprisingly have some ordnance, so you've got yourself some RBS-82s or ROS-82s, and of course 450 kilo bombs. You also have the Shikasas on it as well, which are very high fire rate machine guns, which do super well in general. The Soviet biplanes are really fun. They're really maneuverable and have some of the best armament when it comes to biplanes. I feel like this one's a little bit high in BR, being at 2.3. I would actually prefer it to be a little bit lower than it is. But it's still, you know, a very competent machine. It's just kind of surprising how high it is. And once again, if you just look at the price, this thing's like $1 right now. So you can run it with a bunch of lower tier lineups, you can have some fun with it, and if you're starting out in the game, this is just a perfect pickup. It's very hard to say no to this stuff, even after the sales we had when it came to the main Gaijin store. Anyway, as always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd like to thank Forge, Siegebreak, Carrion Crow, Nicholas Richardson, Elove Goat, Pyman, Winter Scientist, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie, B. Young, and also Sem Arslan, Wilkski, Uncle Bean, Derek R., Bareen, Lafouche, and Samuel Slick for supporting the channel.